Previously on Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth.
Oh my god! Demon Lab!
And now back to Edgeworth noises. Hello! This is NicoB, back with some more Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. We last left off, we finally took down Sheena, or as she also goes by, Miss You, or also goes by 1/3 of the Autograsso. We learned that Detective Bad was also part of the Autograsso, which, I don't know, I kind of felt like that, but I was afraid he might end up being a bad guy. From what I could tell, he wasn't really, more like a vigilante, but still technically what he did was illegal. And now he has to go to jail. Ah, damn it. It's okay though. I have hope that somehow he will show up again, possibly in a council of some sort with a bunch of other random people. But I don't know. That's just a possible guess. Anyway, so we appeared to be finally heading to the finale of this series. We have to, I guess we're going to be taking down the leader of the group. I said last episode, I think it might end up being that old man just because it hasn't been used in any other way this series. But we'll see. Some of you guys said this next part kind of, like, a number of you have said you think this next part kind of drags a bit. So I'm kind of curious to see if I feel the same way or not. But like they maybe dragged it out a little too long. That was the way I felt a bit about the first case in the final case of the first game, the Damon Gant one. Like that was a good one, but they dragged it out too long. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it's not too bad, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get started. March 15, 12:07 a.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. So now we know who the Autograsso really was, and yet there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved.
Like how the weapons cross country lines, for example. The two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in.
Smuggling them in, huh? We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. Before I do, I would like to go through my evidence once more. Time to dump a bunch of useless stuff. Necessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged.
Hey, there's a VCR here, sir.
Oh, what? Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Bad gave us. This piece of evidence from the KG incident hidden from sight for 10 long years. I just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Daddy Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us. I don't know how to work this thing. This thing is a fucking dinosaur. Sure thing, sir. Rewind. Be kind and rewind, please. Manny freaking Cochin. This man, it's Manny Cochin. Oh, by the way, hopefully, if my voice sounds a little, I don't know, maybe scratchy, I streamed last night, and it was a pretty long stream, so my voice might still be a little, might be a little froggy from that, but don't worry. I shall not let it hinder this video.
And he's holding a knife in his hand.
Wow. I'm sorry, is he just walking into a building with a knife incredibly visible in his hand?
It's like footage from a security cam at the entrance of an apartment building.
An apartment building? How do you figure that?
Unlike you, I actually read the summary files of the KG incident. And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment.
So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building.
At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of footage existed.
Oh, okay. However, no one could find it. Oh, I see. This was the piece of evidence that was taken away. It was, I guess it was probably you then that got rid of it, right? Like, well, yeah, that's right. Because yes, it wasn't, because we discovered she wasn't really related to the victim, which again, I still think is a little bit bullshit because I'm pretty sure they would have been able to figure that out. I don't think anyone could just walk into a police station and be like, oh, I'm related to that person. Okay, we're just gonna take your word for it. Yeah.
Yeah, somehow someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Amano.
I can see how this would have been a definitive piece and why someone would have wanted to hide it. That's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir. Guess again, ding dong. Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it, which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader.
Where is it?
Wait, what was that? Hold it! Hold it! Huh? Haven't you played just now? Please show it to me again. It was the same picture. I just kept blinking again and again. Ooh, this is something we cannot overlook. Why is that, sir? Look here, detective. The big fucking flag there. It's the national flag of the Principality of Canopia. And because it has a national flag on it, we know this has to be an official government car. Oh, I'm gonna be totally fucking right. I know I'm gonna be right now. And that, because that one guy, actually, who is he supposed to be anyway? Ew, I just gotta. Oh, he looks really evil in this like scrunched down version of it. Like his eyes look like snake eyes. Yeah, this guy. Ambassador of Alabast, also retired army man, may explain why overly harsh on himself. Here, I am Gandalf. 72 though. Question we should be asking ourselves: what was the government car doing there? Oh, well, here it comes. Now I have come to finally be relevant to this case. I'm Miss Von Carmine, Mr. Edgeworth. You were here all this time. Oh, my lord.
And Master Alba, have you come to tell us you're the bad guy yet?
No, not yet. Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. He might not be the bad guy. I'm just guessing, but it would be. I don't know. I mean, again, I don't know if that would be terribly satisfying because I mean he hasn't been mentioned at all, but I feel like maybe that's the reason why he hasn't been. If only I was even a tiny bit more careful, this tragedy would never have happened. I am truly sorry. It wasn't your fault, sir. You're just a crotchety old man. It had nothing to do with how careful you were. You idiot carcass! You can cheat over a simple thief! You're pathetic! Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you. Oh boy. I mean, Nico's just realizing his voice is still pretty Yeah, the last night's stream was like a 7-hour stream. That was the longest one yet. My voice is still a little burnt out. Much more so than I sort of realized before starting this video. I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a while. Can you do that?
Excuse me?
And you apprehend the thief that turned this embassy upside down. Oh, you are fucking evil as hell, aren't you? We are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walk around here forever. They're scaring the visitors away. So I hope that you can understand how I feel. We must finish our investigation, resolve the remaining issues. Why don't we leave the rest to the Alabastian police and my police?
Ambassador, we are so close! So very fucking close! Just a little more, and...
Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right? So suck my old wrinkly balls.
Ew! That's true, however.
As he said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastian soil. In which case, we are nothing but foreigners in this land. Is this really where our investigation ends? Is this where the game's gonna flash to credits?
Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Shifu, this way.
Will you stop changing your voice? Are you Larry or are you nerd? Make up your goddamn mind. Dude, you're seriously back already? Yo. I flexed that bullet right on my leg. Just like you said, Nico. I fucking knew it. Agent Lang. Wow, you're back on the scene rather quickly. Dude, the police station is like 30 miles away. How'd you get back here so fast? I ran like a wolf. If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Lang, why in the fucking pants? Why have you returned? Because I have to solve this case no matter what. I'm sorry to inform you. And I don't take this the wrong way. I don't expect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, and so, Grr. Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable. At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close. I can't let the game end this way. Ambassador Alba, I get it now. I really do. Oh, very glad you understand how I feel. No, not that. What I was talking about is... Ugh, I know the killer's behind tonight's murder. Oh! Damn, it's just not the same without Sheena doing this in perfect unison with me. You?
No?
That?
Killer?
Wow, we all timed that perfectly.
Do you really mean that, Agent Lang? Heh, wolves don't lie. Who is it? You! Now let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Cochin's murder. That was all Sheena. Oh. But she already said that she didn't do it, right? First I was excited. I was like, oh, did Lang figure something out himself? Like a big boy? Nope, he's gonna fuck up some more. Langsy says the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. Truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damastu's killer? I'll tell you who. It was you, Francisca von Karma.
Oh, you've got what? Oh, come on, man.
Ah! I was the killer! Oh my god!
Okay, this is actually kind of funny. I don't think I included it. I don't think I included this scene in one of my previous videos. But there was a time where I pressed somebody's testimony. I think it was when like the very beginning of this case. I was pressing Sheena. Kay was like, oh, it's like,
oh, it really sucks having to be accused of murder or something.
and then the gum's just like, I know, I should know. I've had it happen to me twice or something like that.
Edward was like, I've had some happen to me a good few times as well. And then Von Karma says, like,
hopefully I will never have to experience it myself.
it was funny. I was almost thinking to myself, I wonder if that's epic foreshadowing or something. And I guess it was.
It was only a matter of fucking time. I was next on the list.
Wow, I'm sorry. Ugh. My voice is a lot froggier than I thought it would be. If I'd realized that, I probably would have maybe done Kingdom Hearts or something that required less voices. But it's all right. I've started this video. I'm pushing through to the end. So sorry. But yeah. So anyway, sorry. I cut that scene out because these videos are already being like insanely long. So I feel like I need to cut out a lot of the fluff. And most of the time, the pressing people's testimonies, they don't say as many interesting things as they used as like in the previous titles. For the most part, that was probably the one time I thought maybe,
I was a killer. Hey, wait, but that's impossible.
Yeah. Although that whip is actually quite deadly.
Hold your tongue at that ludicrous remark you were about to make.
Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder? I mean, really? Come on, bro. I thought we'd sort of like move past our issues of being really stupid and accusing random human beings. Yeah, I am. Doesn't appear to be joking. Great. Hey, sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech. He called you into his office, right?
Yes, he did. But what does that have to do with anything?
I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabasta and Babal, did you not?
And where's your evidence I am the killer?
What would her fucking motivation be? I'm just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? Maybe then. Maybe Lang is not actually confusing her. Maybe he is suspicious of this guy or somebody in their government or whatever. And that this is like he's using this as a means to re-examine the office. I don't know. I mean, I might just be getting laying a bit too much credit here, but I'm hoping that's the case. Things they are, I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? So this guy, Lord, lets his guard down. Oh, he's just trying to find evidence for Von Karma. Good. Well, let's move out. Oh, don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping an eye on you. You can bet your dollar on that.
As if I would have any reason to flee. It's just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Right? Well, fucking fuck you.
I don't know why does she whip him for that,
Right, because I will accept nothing short of a perfect explanation.
I guess Von Carver whips people who she doesn't expect to actually like fight back. I don't know. I think maybe Lang would be like, "What the fuck?" Ah! She seems rather upset. Then I blame her. Welcome to the club, bro.
Ah! I expected you to accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that.
Hold it, Agent Lang. As someone relating to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part. Because just last I checked, this isn't Lang Investigations.
Shut up! I'll get my day.
No, you won't, you side character, you. And so I may clean up my superior's mess.
What the fuck?
Guess I should. The more the merrier, especially when it's the peanut gallery.
Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. Still haven't seen what it looks like in Alabasta yet.
If you like A, and then you gotta let me in too, pal. I love peanuts. I can't sit around and do nothing with Miss Von Carver's in trouble.
Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition so you can save her first, okay?
Okay, I'll take you up on that. I'm having a competition to see who fucks up first.
Ooh, I'm really good at that.
Me too. Oh yeah, I'm fired up, ready to go. As Detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over.
Sounds like this is going to be get real interesting. Pastor Alba, I'll bring these kids along for the ride.
Very well. Wait a minute, how much older is Lang supposed to be? Okay, he's 27. I mean, what the hell? Okay, first off, Dick Gumshoe is older than him. How old is Edgeworth supposed to be? He's supposed to be like 25, right? You are not, bro, you are not that much older than me.
Very well, but I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance. I'll have this old mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go! Hop on my back, everyone.
Okay, yeah! March 15, 12:53 a.m., Alabasta Embassy, Ambassador's office.
Okay, now let's first go over the facts one more time. Medicoach's body was found over the Secretariat's office in Babal. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabasta's ornamental knives. And in the body of Damas 2, Miss Kashi No.
Casino! I get it! I think, yeah. So, yes, you guys point out his name sounds like Casino, and you imagine that was a play on words to suggest that he had a gambling problem, which is why he needed the money. Was just, trying to become the new Damas to steal the money to pay it back.
Was found here in the Alabastian's ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was the Supreme statue.
I'm sorry, our investigation. I'm pretty sure you mean my investigation. You didn't do ding dong squat.
And that this is actually Babal's statue. This case, no matter how I look at it, sis, if it wasn't you, then there's no one else who could have pulled this off.
Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you are saying?
Of course I do, sis. And I'm serious.
You always keep calling her sis too. I always went like, why? He's the only character who calls sis.
If you are the trail of the smuggling ring and you wanted any evidence you could find. So while people were distracted by the Autogras's appearance, you snuck in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion from the fire.
If all that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapons?
Don't worry. I plan to show that you're the culprit behind that too. You have permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could easily have taken the weapons across country lines. Hey now!
Oh, did he just catch it? Did she just try to whip him and he caught it with his hand? Or I wasn't looking at their sprites.
Look, sis, I thought I already told you I'm not messing around here. This case isn't directly tied to the smuggling ring, but she not certainly is tied to the smuggling ring.
It's right saying that she's a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring could it not be deeper than what any of us could imagine? It's deep. Yeah, I think. And then it would again. They're even saying that it's someone who's above the law, right? That's what Sheena said, meaning that it's got to be someone higher up. So it's got to be this old guy. It's gonna end up being him, and that would make sense because he is very high up, right, in power. It's like, what are we gonna do to take him down? Actually, now I think about it, don't ambassadors, they have immunity, don't they? Aren't they like, which again, I don't even totally understand that, to be honest. I mean, what is the purpose of that? I feel like that's just gonna fuck people. I mean, does that mean like an ambassador will essentially go out and just kill people and be like, well, you can't do anything. I got immunity or whatever. You know, I guess.
Grr! Let's get this ridiculous circus over with already.
Cisco, you need to calm the balls down. Because you know the facts and the balance inside of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it.
What?
Don't worry, I'm taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence. Just like I did for myself and Gumshoe and Kay and everybody in the whole freaking world.
It's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But you can come up with anything else But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, explanation has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well.
Of course, and I will. Let's now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damas 2. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like the thing that they should absolutely be pointing out is what would even Von Karma's motive for this be, you know? That she is part of the smuggling ring, I guess?
You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lane. You can't figure out how the murder of the Damas 2 is related to the smuggling ring. I'm going to jail and I will fucking kill you from there. It will mean the end of our investigation.
As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis, then the best I can do is walk the thin tightrope and see what I can do.
Come on, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started.
Yes, let's. Yet again, I will fight you. Border crossing weapons.
One of Alabama's knives was used in Babal to murder Mr. Cochin. The murder and the killing of Damas 2 is Babal's prima duct statue. Some of these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. The one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you.
So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Francisco will remain a suspect.
You got it, Mr. Prosecutor, so why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I worked through every possibility, but there's only one that's plausible. Your boss.
Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself. Seriously, God.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you're fucking stupid. By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. No knowing Lang Z never said anything to that effect. Oh,
you prosecutor? Who do you think you are, speaking about Lang Z's proverbs like that?
I don't know. Who are you supposed to mean? You're not Lang Z, you're just some dude named after him. I don't need his proverbs. He can suck my proverbs all day long, baby. Because my words are all you will need to see the truth. My words are all the way. Best they are. Okay, Objection! Oh, silly gooberhead. Agent Lang, those two items are not the only two to cross the border tonight. Yes, because it means that the other statue would have to have been switched out, right? Oh, Damas 2 was killed with the Babal's prima duct statue, yes. But if that's the case, then help me, where did that Damas prima duct statue go, Doom Dong?
To Babal.
Precisely, and if these two statues were really switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point, which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies.
I guess so. But you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items, only that Sis is the only one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between the Alabaster and Babal is her.
Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the two countries? Actually, there was definitely another person, one who paid a visit to both sides of the wall. Yanagrasu. Is that so, Agent Lang?
It's what a lousy time to try and bluff your way out of this. I checked out what the guards said along with the security cameras footage. You're not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily.
Oh, you were going to learn today, man. Suppose there was some other way than through the theater doors.
What other way?
The other entity that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I pointed out, it would open up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility.
So have you got some clever idea in mind?
I do, and I can show it through a single piece of evidence. Like, it means a picture that looks like flying person.
Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show me the other route.
This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the two countries. Through flight! I can fly like a bird. Fly away. And like I'm sure you are familiar with this unforgettable photo.
That supernatural photo, like I said before. Humans can't fly.
No, duh. No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well.
And don't start claiming that she not somehow grew wings either.
I wouldn't dream of claiming that.
And I won't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again, it's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings.
Okay, let me finish my sentence.
You better get Mr. House Skater.
Ah! How can I prove who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka! Zavari! Very well, you will have to your explanation.
So you have a good idea simmering in that head of yours.
It's probably total bullshit too. Let's get ready, Nico. Get ready to have your mind fucking melted. Great.
Let's hear it. The face hidden within this photo's blurry trailed shadow is...
So it's like the fake statue then? Or the real statue, or whatever? Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggle object, the Brunux statue replica. Okay, yes.
You can't be serious.
The other grouse, or rather Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent Shina, was inside a ball. She dressed the replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air. Wow, really? Well, okay, it was a replica, so it would probably lighter. She said they said the inside was hollow, but then how would they get the other one to the other side? That's what I would like to know. The one that's real and fucking heavy as shit.
Mr. Prosecutor!
Yes!
You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation.
I know I did.
She launched it through the air. Are you fucking mental, bro? Do you see her muscles? And how exactly did she do? How exactly did she do that?
Why are we enunciating all of our words so weirdly? It's become an opera. He's literally burying his fangs at me. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? I know. It was tied to the end of a rope and sent past a burning bridge. No, sorry, hold on. I mean, it fell coincidentally into the air off a dead man's body and landed on a statue. No, that's not right either. Damn! Well, those are the only ways I know things can fly. As long as this remains unsolved, I won't be able to move any closer to the truth, which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier?
Hey sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give the speech, you called into his office. He was called into his office, right?
Just one of the murder Francisco was called here, right into the very room. If that's the case, then there may be another avenue I can pursue. In order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear your testimony from Miss Von Karma.
Oh, and what are you up to now, pretty boy?
Earlier you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believed her to be the killer.
Yeah, I guess I did say something like that.
In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask what her side of the story is.
Ha, do you really think a criminal would tell us the honest truth?
How dare you suck my balls! As I said numerous times, there's absolutely no proof that I am the killer. Hey, Edgeworth! Don't tell me you suspect me too!
I fucking don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time, which is why I would like to hear about your movements in this room.
Ah, you suck!
Yeah, whatever. Francisca, I feel that I still don't have enough information, which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case. Getting you off the hook. You see where I'm going with this?
All right. So what would you like me to talk about?
I'd like you to please testify your movements in this room until the murder occurred.
Huh. All right, let's try this your way for a change. But if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her under arrest faster than you can say. Can you howl no?
As you wish. I feel like Lang, I don't know. I kind of like Lang. I just wish he wasn't so fucking stupid. I don't know. I mean, how many times have I already proven him wrong? Why does he still have such a fucking ego? Moves in Alabasta. As I said earlier,
I was last I knew guard duty in the Alabastrian embassy, but I saw the steel samurai officer off on his way towards the ambassador's office. I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office.
Jessica wants to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office was before the murder occurred. Is that correct?
Yes, of course.
I see. Now the only way that I can see us to break out of the situation is to ask Francisca about her testimony in more detail. Okay, which means I gotta press. After all the purposes were in place, I was called back by the ambassador to his office. At that time, Massachusetts' body had yet to be found in this room, is that correct?
That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence.
Criminal will say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do we know you're not lying?
Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige.
Seriously?
Like I keep telling you, when I arrived in this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill watering his plants.
Ah, here we go. I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time we were in my office. Damn.
And again, we already sort of figured, I don't know how exactly, but we got these sticks, and we've already figured out last episode that there's gotta be related to these, that's what these things are, right? And he said he was watering his flowers, so that's gonna be connected to it somehow. I don't know how, but I'm pretty damn sure it's gonna be in that old man.
All right, then add that statement to your testimony. Let's use some details.
Master Alba was in this room at the time, was he?
Right, I was watering the flowers on the windowsill.
Self-presser for that. For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Master Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill?
What do you mean by that?
The entrance to this room is on this side, however the window is on the opposite side. What you say is true, then you enter the room, but his body would have been like a wall. That's right, you wouldn't be able to tell. He wouldn't block in your view what he was doing, isn't that not correct?
This was a bit hard to see around him. Unfortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me, with a watering can in his hand. It's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right?
I suppose.
After his greeting, he spent a little time talking about his flowers. He obtained them himself, and is growing them with utmost care, you know.
Yes, I love watering flowers and not being evil. The plants in this room, they're like my children.
Passion flowers are in the flower box, and the Ferundis are growing beautifully too. All of them are in full bloom.
Ah, full bloom! Wait, Miss Scott, what did you just say just now?
I said the flowers are growing beautifully. What about the statement do you not understand?
What do I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way it is. Let me append the statement to your testimony. Did you say 4?
Very well. There were 4 large...
Yes, okay.
4 large flowers.
Okay, that would explain where these came from, right? Okay, so there were a few flowers attached to it, but they're gone now. Hold your freaking horses there. Oh, I love it. I do this look every time I get it. Either I wag my finger, or I shrug and shake my booty, and you're like, oh, you are a silly gooberhead. Francisca, for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence. Look at the fucking flowers.
It does appear that way.
Ha, I knew it. I knew we couldn't trust your words, sis.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing discrediting Miss Von Karma like this?
Yeah, sir. You both shut up. You two don't get anything I ever do. Guess I'm just gonna get taken away, sir.
All I've done is do what I saw, you ding-dong! I have not made a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I am still under suspicion of murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important in this juncture, Miles?
At the very least, there's a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant.
Then let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does the number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove?
I believe the answer to that will come clear if we were to examine the flower box. How's contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy.
They're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care. And so I ask that you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
Shut up, old man! I'll do what I want. Huh, I understand. Fuck these flowers! Yep. All rest of expanding every nook and pulled out plant. This badger's soul looks as though it has something removed from it.
What are you doing, Mr. Prosecutor? Why'd you clam up all of a sudden? Still here, waiting for an explanation, you know.
Good lord, man, it's learned him in 3 seconds. Do you know, Agent Lang, flowers are best appreciated in silence? Shh. It's like 2 things were pulled out of this flower box. Can I I feel like anybody playing this game would have figured this out a long time ago. Like, I cannot imagine anyone who play this and go,
I have no idea what this could be. It makes no sense, you know? Like,
I feel like it's so obvious. I should be able to deduce, hey, it's this stick thing. Okay, well, do I have to examine the flower first? These flowers, I believe they're called passion flowers. Despite being called flowers, they're actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well and are well supported by these plant supports. They look very familiar to me.
If you haven't already looked at it, it looks like there's only 2 here to me. Realize, don't you, sis? Your little lies failed you.
Miles Edgeworth, I already haven't shut this man up over me already.
Well, I will need to use my madness to shut him up, won't I? Okay. Oh, I believe I have just a piece of evidence for you. You require.
Oh, you do you? Is this confidence the face of your current plight? I hardly doubt it'll be last until the end.
Huh? You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang, but where I'll see you have any. Does he have any bite to back up that bark after you see the evidence? I knew he was gonna say that. Who the magistrates can reveal this piece of evidence? Now, behold! Finally, Gina, who was supposedly bald the entire time, had these hair sticks on her that look exactly like the plant supports in this flower box. They even got fucking dirt on them, ding dong. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are in actuality support sticks for the passion flowers.
Huh, so what? Is this really all that important to the case?
Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight. Yeah, you suck! I suck! Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in Alabast, but somehow they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was into the ball the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled somehow just like the knife and statue. Yes,
Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they went up in Babal.
How did these support sticks find their way to Babal, and why? God, Lang, do I have to do everything for you? There must be some reason as to why they ended up there. Aha, so that's why. Agent Lang, if you would please take a look at this and tell me its shape.
Huh, it's just another stick, isn't it?
Huh, and so it is, but the shape of the support sticks is what's important. When they are used with something in this room, that's when it all comes into focus. The item that completes the picture that was used with where the support sticks is, oh, the crossbow. Like they were launched like an arrow.
That's a crossbow. Wait, you're not really suggesting...
I am! These here sticks, or rather plant support sticks, they make for perfect arrows. I've done it. I found the common thread that connects these two offices, but this thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues were transported? I guess they were shot across and then like sort of sent like a pulley system? Well, not like a zip line maybe. Furthermore, who could have been who fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all of these things together.
Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a sec. Do you realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all.
No, yes they do. They totally fly. Border crossing part deuce.
So Babal's statue was draped in the Yanagrasa's clothes and shot over here. Even if you fired the arrows from the side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to them. I don't think I need to tell you that the Primonex statues didn't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you?
The Primonex statues didn't sprout wings. Huh, of course they didn't.
Glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you were unaware of that crucial fact.
It's only crucial because you're under that belief that wings are necessary to this equation.
What?
God, you're dumb. You need to free your mind a bit more. Let it fly like a bird in the wind. Ah!
But that bird has wings.
Shut up! That's not what I mean. For the Primo statues flew, but not on a wing. Allow me a bit of your time, and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you. It's mysterious phenomena. Reboodle your doodle, dude. We are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct?
But just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor?
Dude, you are so dumb. You shot it to the other end, and then you could totally zip line it down. If that's what the sense of being, then I could totally buy that. You know, that's not so ludicrous. It's not, fortunately, a rope under a budding bridge or a cape falling on a statue coincidentally.
The things I wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing.
No, it's not necessarily true. What I need right now is not further discussion of my conclusions, it's the launching of my conclusions. What this shooter wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statues themselves, but rather something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues.
What did the crossbow launch? Here we go.
It was this thing, ding doo da day. Oh, my finger smells weird. Finally, we have reached this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow.
Huh, I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. You're trying to say the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot to Mr. Cochran's office.
Yep.
All the way from this fifth floor of the Alabasta Embassy. Down to the third floor of the Bobblese Embassy. If what you're claiming is really what happened, I can see how Alabasta's Prima Deck statue could be moved. Gravity could be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th floor to the 3rd floor. But then what about Babal's Prima Deck statue? Dark Shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Babal. Going in the opposite way of gravity from the 3rd floor of the Bobblese Embassy to the 5th floor of the Alabastian Embassy. How do you explain that?
Aha, I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick works. Okay, that part actually, well, I was thinking maybe they like shot it from the other end again and then just shot it lower down, but it's on the 5th floor, right? So I just don't like the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head.
Motion? What motion?
This is the motion that was employed to smuggle Babal's Prima Deck statue. I don't know if it could be a swinging or a bungee one. I'm really gonna be a rotary one though either. I'm not really sure. I mean, so it'd be spun around? Oh. I believe it was done via rotary motion. The two statues were transported simultaneously.
Simultaneously, get real! Statues would collide somewhere along the way.
They were saying there was only one line of wire between the two offices. Oh. I see. You shot an arrow with the two ends of the wires tied to the circular belt can be formed.
Lame C says, don't object and call a success what is beyond reasonability. Take into account the tension difference between the two wires. The top one would sag too much to the point where the statues would collide anyway.
Possibly, yeah. Okay. Agent Lang, as you know, the Prima Deck statue is one of a kind national treasure. The fact that the Babal statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible. What? But I thought that's...
Lingsy says,
what? No, wait. No, I thought that's what Lang was saying there. That was that this one statue would be heavier would cause it to one side to sag more than the other, right? Oh, I'm so confused. So, okay, if I could probably see this working if the heavier statue is the one going down and the lighter one was getting pulled up. But I don't know if I could think about it happening the other way around, which is, was it the other way around? Here's what I believe happened. Miss Yu and her mystery co-conspirator set themselves up in the two different rooms. It's totally that old guy. The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the two ends of the wire down on one arrow. The two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. As soon as it was complete, another arrow was fired and carried the other end of the wire down to Babal where it was disposed of. To do that, Miss Yu hid it inside the grandfather clock, QED. Oh yeah, she got whipped finally.
Proves it right, Agent Lang. I'm not the killer.
Not yet, sis. Still haven't had my dessert yet.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, okay. I can sort of buy this. Okay, so it's true. The heavier one is the one that went down to the Babal side, and the lighter one was the one that was pulled up. So it using just the gravity of the heavier one, it was able to pull. It was able to go down the wire while pulling the other one up because it was considerably lighter. I think I could buy that. I mean, if it were the other way around, what I was confused about, I thought it was the other way around. It was like the heavier one was going up and the lighter one was going down. And that would have been like, okay, there's no way that would work. I mean, yeah, like it would have been tugging on one to get it up. But with the heavier one going down, it would use the force of gravity to pull the other one up. So I could kind of get that. I think that's a little bit more believable than the other two times this shit has happened.
Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
The proof is in the pudding, as it were. I love pudding.
Pudding is a nice dessert. So do you think you can do it? Can you prove Prove that what you said is what happened. Smurf, you can't. I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir.
Why is it always me having to prove? Can't you prove that she fucking did it? No, you fucking can't. Like, what about all this shit, all the stuff I found? Let's say I had a hard time trying to figure this part out, you know? Well, and he's like, okay, well, you're coming with me. Obviously, then she's obviously guilty. No, it's always me trying to fight with you. Why isn't it you trying to fight with me with your stupid bullshit? It's like, I don't know, it's always that way in Phoenix Wright games, though. And it was sort of like, when you really think about it, it shouldn't be, if I fail to fully explain this situation, it's not like we can just, you know, we can just discount all the shit that I have found that makes this situation possibly viable. While what you're saying is, oh, there's wire and the statue has absolutely nothing to do with anything. It would just happen to fucking be there, you know? And he has no explanation of how the statues could have been moved. Anyway, sorry, I just noticed that in the Phoenix Wright game, so it makes me go, oh, for the love of God.
Sir, you're back home with me.
I agree, as long as there's no proof my hypothesis remains just that. However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there is one more piece of evidence.
One more? This would be interesting. Do you think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into a fact? Well, then let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor.
The only thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire, I believe it is right here in this very room. Now, I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible. Oh. The ceiling fan.
Oh, looks like you have dropped another bomb on us again.
The last piece to the trick. Got two pulleys.
Precisely. The ceiling fans double as pulleys as in this case. Thanks to the fact that there was one installed in each of the offices, two ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley for the wire to run on. Stop yelling at me. This house road is bypass the impenetrable security. I think I can buy that. It's still stretching it a bit. I mean, I feel like this is something that a lot of time, like, what really bothered me about a lot of it, well, first, the cape one was stupid because I thought it was just like, first, the odds of that happening, and the fact that it wasn't planned at all, that just ended up being a lucky thing for the bad guy, was what really made that one dumb. The one with the rope across the bridge was really stupid because, like, they had to get it right on the first try, and the odds of that happening were incredibly slim. And I still thought it was impossible for the body to be released from the rope. So again, here you could probably argue that really they managed to do this, like, on the first try without testing it, you know? Like, was this really the initial plan? I don't know. I mean, I think it's still possibly more viable than the other ones, at least. I don't know. I don't know about this point. Eventually, you've got, I think, suspension of disbelief at some point.
You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. We figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big hotshot that set up this real-life stage is, don't you?
The person who set up this rather large, complex stage show needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of the ceiling fan in both Alabastian and Babali's office, and that the passion flower support sticks could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case?
Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food.
Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? You can't say who it is, so why don't you present something like you always do?
Taking a point of the finger here, and this case will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now but to rush in. This piece of evidence that will point us to the mysterious mastermind is... I know it was hot dogs. No, it was...
Take that.
Yeah, okay, the flowers, it was, okay. Smuggling could not have been possible with the use of the crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago, the patch flowers had the time to grow so big, and Miss Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited the room today. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both offices had ceiling fans tells us that the person has very detailed information in the embassy's layout. As you may have already guessed, the person I'm accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. That can only be you, Kirkus Alba. Oh, I call that 33 years ago, baby. I knew it was me too.
I got you, goodbye, Miles Edgeworth!
I'm certain of what I am saying, and I am sure that he is the culprit. So there truly is a point to having his character in this game. And drawing out all of his stupid assets.
Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor. What was the master trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? When in the world would he need to use a trick like that?
I understand your need to doubt me. However, there is one thing that stands out to me as a very odd.
Just one thing, huh?
One single end result Master Alba sought to obtain. If we were examining the focus on this complex trick, I believe we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence.
Take that!
I don't totally get it, but it's a statue, but I'm not totally sure why. I fully understand the reasoning and the situation in reverse. Now I'm going to go through the trouble of swapping the real Prima Nut statue for the fake. This is a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Prima Nut himself?
I see, Ambassador will be examining that statue now with or without your permission.
Whatever. Go. Sorry, I fell asleep.
This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? It's because they look alike he was picked to be the Goodwill Ambassador.
So that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of the neck. Looks like a gap.
Hey, you're right. Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret?
Perhaps possible to open the statue from this gap in its construction.
What?
Hurry up and open it, Miles!
All right, here we go. Oh, what the?
Wow, it really did open up. Hey, what's this thing that fell out?
I believe a more thorough examination of it is required. Coupons? Chocolate bar? What on is this?
Hey, this is what I think it is. Oh,
The counterfeit money?
It's a plate for making counterfeit bills.
Oh. Somehow it appears that we've at long last arrived at the exit to this complex labyrinth. Yeah, I am so confused. Wait. Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is the fake one, and that's why it's hollow on the inside. We finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates. The reason why the replica was smuggled into Alabama to begin with. Okay. Because they didn't want to discover it? Prima Nut statue can only be handled by the ambassador or the secretariat. The replica is nothing more than a hollow shell and covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeit plate from Sheena, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into a mask too. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damas 2 and... Really, dude? Let that old man kill your ass? You you'll never take me alive, you whippersnapper, you! In order to frame the Steel Samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Master Alba, I'm sorry, where am I?
You're the leader of the smuggling ring. My country is a mess, and it's all because of you?
You're the one who killed Damas too?
Answer us, demon! It's time for me to do my evil laugh. I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. No, I'm gonna pull my face off. Ready? However, there's one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Cogent.
Quit screwing around. I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt onto a dead man. So one thing I'm sure of is that you're the real ringleader, Kirkus Alba.
It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang.
Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but. It's the result of logic and investigation.
Yeah, my logic investigation, all you did was... God, I like how you're still trying to take credit for this shit. Logic investigation. Only seconds ago, you were ready to arrest Mr. Yes! Oh! Hell yeah! Oh, that knocked you up a few notches in my book, old man. You may be a bad guy, but you can give off a wicked burn. I'm ready to arrest Mr. Karma. I don't think we can give such flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you?
Yeah, I kind of suck at my job. Looks like you still don't get why I came back. Excuse me? See, the reason I came back so that I could sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. From the very beginning, my real target has been you.
Oh, okay, good. Yay! Well done! Well fucking done. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that makes me feel so much better. So I was right initially what I said. That Lang was really just pretending to point the finger at Von Karma so that he could convince them to look in their... convince Ambassador Alba to examine his office. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad that's the case, because otherwise it really would have made me dislike Lang as a character. He shows that he isn't a complete fucking idiot. Oh, that's just... Nika feels a lot better now. What?
You'd like, I demanded an explanation!
Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you in through all that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning.
You did?
I knew this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So after the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba seemed the most suspicious. But without the ambassador's permission, I couldn't get in to take another look around.
Ah, so that's why you put on this big show to accuse Francisca of the murder. You think Francisca's the bait? You were able to gain us entry and investigative rights.
Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I guess the ambassador would give the okay to poke around.
So that's what this all was about. Very well, I will forgive you.
I will say it's probably a bit of a stretch, though, that, I mean, the ambassador, who was really a bad guy, even if it was even if it did seem like Lang was, pointing the finger at Von Karma, that he would really be like, okay, you can look at my office. Doesn't mean he couldn't find something that could make the ambassador look bad, Yeah, I mean, normally, people's accusations can change on a whim in investigations like that.
Except for using me as bait. You will take some responsibility and help us find the truth.
Agent Lang, for me, such a great opening. High five.
All right, yeah!
Ow, you dislocated my wrist.
Sorry, forgot you were a bit of a weenie, and I'm a bit of a fucking murder monster. I just knew, Mr. Prosecutor, that somehow, if we were able to find some proof by investigating this room, that you would be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brain of logic.
Ha! The evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's just as it should be in a prosecutor-detective team, right?
Yeah! I don't know about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man gets what's coming to him.
Oh, you're quite scared when you want to be, aren't you?
Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me and push all the guilt onto the sis. But unfortunately for you misjudged me. I'm not that fucking stupid.
Hey, Lang, I wish you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Don't be such a sore loser! If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity.
Dignity? There's nothing more than a fool's sincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence.
Grr!
Didn't we already have quite a bit of evidence there? I guess it's all kind of circumstantial, isn't it? I tell you, I knew nothing. Really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue. You swapped a real statue that vested in your country the authority to rule for a fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything. Does it make sense? Where doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense?
He's really got us. He's got us right by the nuggets. He's turned the entire situation around against us.
Yes, for I am the final boss of this game. Old Man Smithers is the final boss. Proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. We can somehow find that proof now, then we can see see to it that the justice is finally served. There's nothing I can use to break this case. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open? Trump card and the videotape. Yes, with those two items, we might be able to finally bring this man down to Lucky Town. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Fairney hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police and slow-moving dialogue. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, Protector of the law can't be allowed to use such piece of evidence. Miles. What? Manfred von Karma? Yes, I am the ghost of Manfred von Karma. Quit being a pussy and use illegal evidence. But it's a bad thing. So what? I did it all the time. That's why I made me one in every case there ever was. Wow, I never thought of it that way. You're right, I should be a total douche about it. Good. Now, fare thee well. Oh, wait, one more thing. Yes? Taser time! I've been waiting to do that. All right, bye. Needless to say, we von Karmas are commanded to achieve nothing but victory. By any means necessary.
The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. Outside of the goddamn courts. That's what we thought at the time.
I'm no longer to follow the path of Manfred von Karma. And I won't follow the path of the Yanagarasu. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? I know, Assassin's Creed. No, wait. If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands in illegality. And if I want to pursue the justice, then I will lose the truth. What is the law and what is justice? For all. Which path is the prosecutor supposed to follow? Which will give me the good ending? That choice is the one I must make by my own hand, here and now. I mean, I say fucking do it. Use the fucking trump card. There's no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses the new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Pastor Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this. Yeah? Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my goddamn doodly old life. It's trying to his card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates. Oh, is that what it is? Cool. This card was sent to the real caller behind the KG incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin. Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession? Because it was hand-delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yanagarasu. The Yanagarasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense, and let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that that card contains directions from the ringleader? I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given. What, the pants? I've been looking for that thing. I mean, what is that? This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KGN incident. And oh my god, I just realized there's a plant behind me that looks like your face. The KGN incident, card in the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate. Oh, very interesting. Must admit, I'm very curious now. Very curious indeed in these cases, deciding pieces of evidence you presented. Brain the Yanagarasu has been chasing all this time, now stands before me. I can't allow this man who has had free reign for 10 long years to simply walk away. Now it's time for me to bring the fruition, the valiant spirit that was given to me. Oh wow, we're still going. March 15th, 1:34 a.m. Theatrical Neutralis Lobby. Oh, what is this interesting thing that you wanted to show me? Trump card in the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind the Detective Baz's words will be realized. Let it go, shoot. Yes, sir. What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is a directive card from the smuggling ring. This is an action that proves that the card was used to relay an order.
Take that!
I can see Mr. Cochin is holding the card in his right hand. I see. Here's indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. Son of a bitch. Where do we have high-definition TVs on this thing? Well, that card and on the card and the one you have. Just because they are look the same doesn't mean they are, does it now? But there's a very easy way for me to prove that they are, in fact, one and the same. All I'm do is simply take a look at this. The fucking blood stain! It's dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were played out in a terrible tragedy. Blood belonged to the victim of the KG8 incident. But a DNA test, and we can very easily verify that as a fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by the front of the victim's apartment building. It's an official Canopian government car. What? Turning up, shoot. If you could please magnify the footage. This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Canopia.
Take that!
His lapel there. Shape of this pocket and the director's card in it tells us without a doubt this person with this car is Mr. Cochin. Ah! Display on the car was also captured by the security camera. With it, we can easily find out who was sitting in the car on that day 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with the confidence that you were riding in this car on that day. Yes, evil enough! Evil! Oh! I'm powering up! Holy crap! He is Ultra Geezer! You've done well, boy, to make it this far. Now, how about thee? However, about your claim that I was riding the car at the time, that's gonna be mighty difficult to prove. How so? Principality of Canopia no longer exists, so naturally all records from that time period also no longer exist. Huh, that arrogance. What he really means is he's already erased all the traces of them. Are we finished here, boy? Ooh, I got the bling, baby. Ooh, I'm tickling my nipple with my little badge. The only weapon I have left to me now is this piece of footage. There must be something here that I can use against him.
Take that!
I see something there. What is it? What the? Hey, Master Alba! Oh, is that the thing he's flicking right now? Yes, what is it? You were once an army man in the service of Canopia. It was you who made the mission, many missions you participated in successes, correct? Well, send backhanded praises, boy. Oh, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were appeared to me during the era of Canopia. I love it. So what, you were just pretending to be feeble and shit? Now I'm the only one who owns this particular medal. Only person in the whole wide world. Why do you ask? I'm sure there's nothing that could totally put me on death's row. In that case, the only person who could be sitting in that car is you. How do you figure that? But the medal captured here in this footage is clearly the exact same medal as the one you're on your chest, the one you're flicking with your nipple. Oh, damn. What the fuck? What was up with his face? Look like he was like flaking off. Are you wearing like an old man mask or something? This is how it will be, but I won't look back. For this is the path that I have chosen. You beat me your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth. Why he's taking such an arrogant stance with me? It's almost looking possible, isn't it? For a lot of you to have gone this far. It looks like I just might lose our little game this time.
You might lose the game this time. You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador.
Is that a fact? Very well, I've decided to confess and admit my guilt.
You're going to confess?
And I will accept whatever punishment they may come as a result.
What the?
Regarding the mass murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense. You're claiming it was justified self-defense. The rest two attacked me, and I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done without what I did, I might be the one I might be the one you found dead instead of him.
What a pathetic performance.
No, I'm not giving you one.
Wow, you two really know how to laugh at inappropriate times.
If you wish to claim it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence. It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? If that's what you require, I'll provide it. What you were just telling me earlier to provide you with evidence. You don't evidence my evidence, bro. I'm not your bro, man. That left a mark on me when I attacked. What? I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was in self-defense. I'm no man, so I don't pay enough attention when I should.
Oh, and Master Mastu didn't have a single weapon on his body.
Hold on. Something get worked up over because I hid the weapon.
You hid it.
Sorry, but as you know, murder is a murder, even if it's self-defense. And I couldn't let it become public, seeing as I am an ambassador. This is the weapon you seek, my special bonsai trimming shears.
Ooh, it's covered in blood.
He was troubling quite badly during our struggle. That's when he grabbed the shears that were sitting in my office intact. So, you see, it was active self-defense.
Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Since he has both the wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so. Bullshit.
No way.
Oh, which reminds me, I guess there's still one more calculation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Fortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge of what's going on.
Stop spewing nonsense. You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. If you want to get real honest, everything in this case can be connected to you.
The mother of us 2 is inside in self-defense. Yeah! Damn, I missed him. My trail's no man escapes this crime alive.
Perhaps so, if you're my opponent in court. However, there is one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten.
And what is that?
I haven't said anything yet. Sorry. That's what we mean. Extraterritoriality. That's right. Some Pepsi says how what is effectively Alabasta soil. So any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabasta. Therefore, the crime that I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts.
Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this?
Agents investigate. It's their job. Generally, people have confessed to their crime. It's the court's job.
And I've already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have the full extraterritorial rights. These rights are effective, and even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may be taking place, I will never stand in trial in one of your courts.
The arrogance, your expression, that's nothing like the face of someone who's ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands. These crimes you don't speak of so seriously of, to me, it's all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no biggie. I got my homies back home, they got my back. Alabasta's numerous other embassies in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game.
These 2 layers of protection that extraterritoriality prize him. This is why he was one of those who cannot be brought to court.
You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you excuse me, I need to go fetch your eviction papers.
You forgot your broken cane. Is there nothing we can do? To be continued. Wow, all right. Well, it was nice to see that Lang actually did something fucking useful for once. Yeah, I fucking call that shit, though. Knew it had to be the old man. I don't think having him be the leader of the smuggling ring is quite as satisfying, though. It's like having it be someone we thought was a good guy and then becoming a bad guy, you know? Sort of like that was with Sheena. Like, I feel like they could have sort of ended it there, and it would have been all right. But if, they added this guy in, and I don't know, I guess it's just not quite as satisfying because he wasn't used at all. We didn't know anything about him to begin with. And I guess just for being the final case of the game, I guess I expected it to be more climatic in that sense. But, it's okay. I liked how it was just like, old man powering up. Anyway, I'm guessing next episode might be the last one, or maybe 2 more. I'm not sure, but we're definitely getting close to the end. Anyway, like if you enjoyed, subscribe now, become a big win aboard the SLP. The days are always sunny, and the vids are always funny. And as always, guys, till next time, stay classy.